So you need to be able to create an environment where people can have fun and get satisfied. And when they come to work in the morning, when they come to work, when they go out of work in the evening, they need to feel that, hey, I had fun today. So fun is an essential part. Fun doesn't necessarily mean, as I said, crazy stuff. Fun means something that you built and you get some satisfaction out of it, whether it is a product or whether it is something that changed the company. And obviously you need a lot of money. I'm going to talk a little bit more about it because when I was here I was always curious about how companies are funded. So there are a lot of ways you can take, you can generate money for your company. So there is angel investments. Angels are usually, obviously in the beginning there is your own self money. Obviously almost all of us are not as rich to put in your own money to start a company. Even if you want to, even if you can, even if you can afford to, you shouldn't because that just doesn't validate your company if you put in your own money. Then there's angel investments. Angels are rich individuals who know the domain, who trust you, and they give you money out of some equity or some either by a loan or equity. And it's in smaller order of money, but you can still take it. You can bootstrap your company and get to a place where you can really take in more money. And obviously there are venture capitalists, private equity firms. These people give you real money, millions of dollars or even more, and they take equity in your company and they come on board, and if you really have a right VC, he'll help you. If you really have a wrong VC, he'll screw you. So it's quite a challenge to find the right VC. But the most important part for an individual, for an entrepreneur is it's very exciting to take money, obviously, right? It's very exciting to have dollars in your account. But you need to understand why you want the money and what you need to understand. And this is what any VC is going to ask you. What are you going to do with my money? And unless you have an answer for that question, you should not raise any money. But once you have that answer, you should be able to raise money pretty easily. So money is not a question. If you have a cool idea, if you have a great team, you can always raise money. These are three things the VC or investor will see in a company. One is the technology or the growth or the potential. Number two is the team. Everything circles around the team. What is the team? Where is the team from? Whether they have experience in this, or whether are they the right people to do it? And number three is if you have built any prototype, that will definitely help to understand the investor to understand what you're going to do. So I'll go a little bit deeper into, from an individual perspective, what it means to be an entrepreneur. So the first thing that, I mean, coming from an IIT again, there's a lot of system built around you. And in the first year when I came in, they were teaching me biotechnology and chemistry, and they were asking me, they were talking about how DNA gets transformed into RNA or some crap like that. No offense, Ben, if you're any biotechnology engineers here, but I really didn't understand why they were teaching me all that crap. And I was frustrated. I was really frustrated because all I wanted to do, even before I came to college, was to program. All I wanted to do was take my computer and code. And literally I had no idea why I was being taught the same physics, math and chemistry and even biology now. Again. So it took me a while to understand that the system is not designed for an individual. So this IIT system, this education system in general, is designed as a collective environment. So there is a lot of people came around, a lot of good people, a lot of successful people came out of the same system that you're going through right now. So have some trust in it. It is designed in keeping a lot of people in perspective, not just you. And it is natural for you to feel that you're out of the system because it is not built for you. If you want a system built for you, go to your parents. If you're rich enough, have homeschooling. It will work well for you. And it might be good, but this system is definitely not built for you. It is built for a lot of people, and it has full capability to screw you. But at the same time, you have to trust it because a lot of people have come out of it, and there are a lot of successful people come out of it. But at the same time, you have to be very careful not to follow it. Again, because if you follow it, there is no difference between coming from an IIT and there is no difference between coming out of some local university. Maybe you'll earn a lakh more here and there. Maybe you'll have a better car. Maybe you have a better wife. That's it. But the system, don't follow it. It's not about textbooks. It's not about your grades. If I go recruit, if I am hiring, as I'm hiring right now, I won't go and hire someone just because he's a topper. But at the same time, topping a class is not a bad thing, by the way. It is a good thing as long as it is under some constraints. So it cannot be an obsession. Topping a class, getting a good grade cannot be an obsession. It should come naturally to you. If it doesn't, so be it. It's not about topping, it's about learning. It's about how much you learn at the end of the day. And also, because we are all excited, because we are all very young and energetic, we all think that we are doing something, radical right here in the campus. Let me be very blunt with you. You're not doing anything special here. You're all just undergrad students. And what this course is designed is to give you a breadth of what is out there. So you are expected, when you graduate, you are expected to know a little about a lot of things as opposed to a lot about a single thing. So this is not a PhD. At least I'm talking in the context of undergrads because that's I had a BTech degree. MTech and PhD perspective might be slightly different, but coming from BTech's perspective, you're just here to learn a little about a lot of things. As long as you have that, that's good enough. Don't read too many books. They have, I said, they can really normalize you. Find your own way of learning things. So you be in the system, don't go away, don't revolt, but again at the same time create a system that where you can survive, where you can better yourself. So eventually in 4 years, 95% of you will find a way to learn all by yourself and to survive. So it will be okay, just be patient, you'll all be fine. So just relax. I said, you're not going to become a rocket scientist. None of you are going to become rocket scientists at the end of 4 years. Or none of you are going to split atoms here. But what you guys are going to do is you'll come out with lots and lots of dreams which are customized for yourself. And it's like a bunch of guys coming out with a lot of dreams, and whether you're going to make them true or not will depend upon what you learned in this 4 years. It doesn't necessarily mean technology, it means a lot of other things, but focus on what you learn as opposed to how much grades you have. And grades will come, for sure they will come. And the other important thing is to grab your chances. This comes again with the passion part. You won't get chances when you want them to. But you can create or you can enable yourself to be in a position to take a chance when it comes in your way. So you have to be ready, you have to be a good judge of when a chance comes to you. It doesn't matter if it is big or small. It doesn't matter if it is Gautam Barua giving you a project or some your own shower idea that you want to work on. It doesn't matter. Um, you have to take your chance and grab it with both hands and pursue it. During my 4 years in IIT, I did a lot of junk stuff, lot of projects which don't make any sense. If I look back at them, they were probably really dumb things to do. But what mattered is I worked on them. So that's what would matter. That will at least train you guys to channel your energy in a right way. So it's always a good idea to grab your chances whenever they come across and then take it forward. And stay hungry. It is not enough. Anything that you do is not enough. It doesn't matter if you published a paper in some journal. It doesn't matter if you have a patent. It doesn't matter if you are a topper or if you get admitted into MIT. It doesn't matter because it's over. What happens next is gonna depend upon how much hungry you are. Don't feel sorry for yourself. This world is not fair. Nobody is gonna be fair to you, and don't be fair to yourself either. There's no excuse. Hey, come on, you were in Guwahati, you were in an IIT, maybe you flunked a course. Don't be sorry. It's just, if you start feeling sorry about yourself, then probably you should find a government job. Because if someone comes and tells me that, yeah, I worked for all night yesterday, so I'm tired. That is a sign of people feeling sorry for themselves. Because nobody cares. In the world, nobody really cares how much you did or what you did. Everybody would eventually care about how much they get out of what you did. So as a company, this is very important because I have 20 people in my team. Let's say if I give you a product, right? If I deliver a product to IIT, which I was hoping to record your lectures and students can talk with each other on video or collaborate, would you really worry or would you really sympathize with me if I say that one of my team members was working so hard, so he wanted a break for a couple of days? You don't give a shit, right? Because you want it to be working. So nobody feels sorry. So don't feel sorry when you're in a company, whether you're on Google or whether you are in a startup, whether you have your own startup. You cannot feel sorry for yourself. Whether you're working for 24 hours, whether you're working for all night, all 365 days, whether you're out of your life, whether you don't have any life as such. If you are away from your family all the time, you can't afford vacation, you don't have any girlfriend or boyfriend, doesn't matter. Stop feeling sorry about it. It's because you're here or you're going to be somewhere because you want to do something, and people who accept it and who look up to tomorrow are only going to make a difference. Otherwise, just pick up some regular job. Google's and Microsoft, they will do you well, because they'll give you an opportunity to work 9 to 5 or 9 to 6 and just go home and sleep and do all the things I said before. Again, depending on some constraints. But if you're in the business of innovation, if you're in the business of making your own path, don't feel sorry. Don't feel sorry. Stay hungry, and things will come, because if you're special, you don't need to be sorry about anything. And you also have to give in. When I say give in, again I go back to point saying you have to let yourself completely into